Yeah, so are you all ready for the whole drones to be able to basically guard your entire whereabouts as basically the first responders? They'll be able to use drones when it comes to stuff like Amazon, your delivery drones to deliver your packages and stuff. But then it'll get a little bit more brutal because you'll start to deal with the whole security surveillance aspect of it all, of them basically guarding most of where you're at and what you're doing, your whereabouts and stuff like that. For all the criminals out there, you'll be able to get chased down with these drones because they'll have things that kind of like neutralize you, and then after a while, right, it'll get to that point, obviously, where they'll start to have deadly weapons on these drones. And yeah, they will be basically maintaining like the lower aerial portions of this existence that we all live on, right? So you'll have walking robots, right, that could walk on foot. You will have certain drones or land type machines guarding certain areas. And then you have these drones, right? And then you have the big, large drones that'll be in the higher skies, also surveilling and guarding, because basically they want this world to be like controlled by, if you want to look at it as Saturn, if you want to look at it as, Lucy or Satan, they basically want full physical control over everything that's under this particular realm or firmament or however you want to look at it, right? So, yeah, if you're not really ready for that, then here's just something to show you what's going on. But this is sheet right here showing published, I guess, or made February 10th, 2025. Drones as first responders act. So basically, they trying to pass this law to where basically drones will literally be the first to respond, and more so be the last to respond as well. But yeah, basically, this is basically showing what it is. Should I read all of this stuff? Public Act 103-0101, also known as the Drones First Responders Act, gives law enforcement agencies the authority to use drones at parades, rowdy events, and special events to promote public safety, which we all know that's supposed to be the policeman's job or supposed to be, the military's job, whoever. But we know the policemen, allegedly, their job is not really to protect and serve. It's more so to basically give you a tax. So you would have to deal with the judge to pay the judge, because the judge is basically like another way of saying like a banker, damn near, in a sense, because really you just getting a ticket so you can go in and pay the judge or something like that. If not, you get locked up and stuff. But they say the act was effective immediately. The act requires that notice is posted at major entry points to the event location and at least 24 hours prior to the event, stating that drones may be used for the purpose of real-time monitoring of participants. And plus they might use it for the sake of these little, mass shootings that's been happening, involving people like, quote unquote, Donald Trump and, what is his name? Charlie Kirk and stuff like that. And just mass events and stuff like, and things like that. Drone used by law enforcement may be used in advance to the event only to create maps and determine appropriate access routes, staging areas, and traffic routes. During the event, law enforcement may use the drone to proactively detect a breach of event space including a breach of unauthorized vehicles or a breach of an event barricade or fencing. Drones may also be used to evaluate crowd size, identify activity that could present a public safety issue, assist in the response of public safety personnel, and assess the traffic and pedestrian flow around the event in real time. The use of facial recognition software is prohibited under the Act unless it is used to counter a high risk of a terrorist attack or to prevent imminent harm to life. But at some point, they're going to get to the point of all this stuff, facial recognition, because they need to be able to control all the people. I don't give a damn what it is. You might have a little warrant for a loitering ticket. You might drop a bag of chips or something, or you might you might do something that's not really that bad. You might speed a couple of miles past the limit or something, and now they done put a warrant on you, and now you looked at as a terrible person. Or you may just be given you might be how I want to look at it, considered a terrorist based on how you talk on YouTube. And you go out there in public and you got a drone that's connected to all these other drones, because they all gonna be like a hive mind system. And now they use their little camera lenses to look up your face, and there it is. Now you're this evil person, and now they basically can take you in. But yeah, facial recognition software may also be used to prevent the imminent escape of a suspect or the destruction of evidence. But yeah, man, that's all. This is just really a short video on this portion. But yeah, this is just basically kind of like confirming what they're trying to do, because these drones are going to be guarding a lot of spots, agriculture and everything that you could think of, all the different transportation sites and all the different infrastructures and different buildings and police stations and military bases, whatever you could think of. They're going to utilize these drones for way more. But they've been, they basically gonna keep this. They've been had these drones. Like, remember the time when we had a lot of these airplane crashes? It was once. I heard that the Black Hawk, the helicopter, was a drone, and that it could drive itself. Like, we already see it with like the Tesla. The Tesla is a self-driving autonomous vehicle. That's basically what a drone will be if it's not operated by a person. It'll basically have its own sense of of what it wants to do. Basically artificial intelligence that's basically flying in a little mini machine, or it could be a large machine, because they make these drones huge. But you see right here, based on HR 3786 Drones for First Responders Act, 119 Congress 2025-2026. Basically, it's showing the sponsor right there, and it's showing the committees. It's showing the latest action, and then it's basically showing the tracker that has basically been introduced. But soon it'll be passed by the House, and then it'll be passed by the Senate, and then it'll be passed or given to the president to basically make it become law. And all of this stuff is just a way to all of these crazy, confused, chaotic things that they got going on in the world today. That's just to take away the power from the people, basically trap people within their particular countries and stuff like that. And basically implement all this stuff that's going on right here. But drones will be a part of the future, though. You don't necessarily need pilots when you can make aircraft that could basically fly themselves in the long run. Now, you might have a few pilots and stuff. I'm not saying you won't, but that's basically what I'm seeing right here. Is that this is just another advancement in the technocracy space to basically have far more control over the people. You're gonna have multiple eyes on you by the same demon. You know, you're gonna have a whole legion of these things just going around, watching over what people do, watching what people not doing. You know, you might be a suspicious person, just a new person walking around a particular area and the drone hasn't seen you before and it's flying all over you. Or you might just be some contractor person fixing on something on the building. You're going to have these drones just flying over you, watching you, looking at you and stuff. There's going to be a whole lot of crap going on. But yeah, man, we got to be ready for this stuff. I don't know if I don't think we'll be able to stop all of this from happening. They want this to happen. So it is what it is, man. Peace on this.